Okay, so the field is as follows. We have Iona Lake of the city of Norwich, Kate Avery of Shildon, Sarah Moller of Denmark, Laura Whittle of Royal Sutton Coldfield, Beth Potter of Shaftesbury Barnet, Dominique Norris-Koska of Poland, Lily Partridge of Aldershot Farmingham District, Agnieszka Kiliot-Majeska of Poland, Dominika Napagira of Poland, Sonia Samuels of Wallsend, Annabelle Gunwale of Bristol and West, Amelia Goreca of Aldershot Farmingham District, Alison Dixon of Sunderland Strollers, Browen Owen of Scarborough, Annie Burskill of United States, Rebecca Weston of Invicta Eastern Kent, Joe Hickman Dunn of Loughborough University, Alex Clay of Invicta East Kent, Josephine Stone of Middlesbrough, Nina Persson of Sweden, Katie Good of Stockport, Elgin Borlong of Sweden, Amy Griffiths of Leicestershire, Bobby Clay of Invicta East Kent, Grace Baker of Aldershot Farmingham District, Elspeth Curran of Kilbarchan, and Amanda Crook of Southport Waterloo. So, as I stated at the start, this is a 5,000 metre race, but it also incorporates a 3,000 metre race. So we've got the likes of Bobby Clay, Alex Clay, Branwyn Owen, who are all going to be shooting for that World Youth 3,000 metre qualifying time. So those girls will be stopping at 3,000 metres. So that's why it's no surprise that we see the young Bobby Clay right on the pacemaker's shoulder. She wants to be running, she'll want to be going to the World Youth Championships, and I'll quickly have a look in terms of what the qualifying time is that they need to run for that championships. So in order to go to the World Youth Championships, they need to be running 9:35, which if Bobby Clay's 1,500 metre form this season under 4:20 already is anything to go by, she should be a formality, but also she does. It's easier said than done. You've got to get out there and go for and make the performance. But at the moment, it is Bobby Clay tucked in, very small figure, just behind Jacqueline Fairchild. And if anything, she's probably encouraging Fairchild to go a little bit quicker.
Well, Jacqueline Fairchild doing a good job there. These 3K athletes are really
I can see Kate Avery, the Shildon athlete, who's been based stateside at Iona College. First race back in the UK for a while. The field goes through around about 2:30, so that's perfect pacemaking from Jacqueline Fairchild. And Bobby Clay is setting herself up perfectly well for this European. I suppose actually she's probably having a challenge at the European Junior qualifying time and the World Youth qualifying time, because I think she's obviously eligible to go to both of those disciplines. In order for the World Youth, she'll need to run 9:35, which is exactly the same time for the European Juniors. So if she gets that time, she'll have the choice between both of those. But Branwyn Owen is leading the second group, and on her shoulder is Kate Avery and Laura Whittle. Branwyn Owen is going to be doing the 3,000 metre race, but obviously Avery and Whittle are going to be doing the full 5,000 metres. I can see Lily Partridge is just tucked in behind her as well. She's been in personal best form at Solihull, running around about 16:12, so she will have an outside chance maybe of a European under-23 time. Beth Potter, the Mick Woods coached athlete, she'll also be potentially looking at the European under-23 championships. 15:55 is what the girls need to do in order to gain selection for the European under-23 championship. So that is a tough ask in terms of the women. Sorry, apologies, 16:05 it is for the European under-23 women. But now it seems as though Bobby Clay is she slightly in front of the pacemaker. She seems to be moving past the pacemaker, so she's determined to get this time. Laura Whittle it is now, who's looking to bridge the gap between her and the leader, and she's done so very nicely. She's bringing with her Amelia Greca. Kate Avery's also in there as well. 3:95 is Elspeth Curran, the Kilbarchan athlete. She's in there. So Laura Whittle now has brought many of these athletes back to the lead group, and Amelia Greca, we haven't said much about her, but there's plenty to talk about. Last year, bronze medalist over the World Junior Championships over 3,000 metres. This winter, disappointed, understandably, not to be able to defend her European Junior cross-country title. Top 16 at the World Cross Country. She'll be determined to go out to Rieti and improve on her silver medal from 2 years ago over the 5,000 metres when Annabelle Gumau, who's also in this race, took the bronze at the European Junior Championship. We've no doubt that Greca, with a personal best of 15:34, will be targeting gold in Rieti in that British vest, and this is going to give us a good indication of what sort of shape that she's in. But at the moment, it's Bobby Clay now out in front. Remember, she is only running 3,000 metres, so she's fully entitled to push on. But Laura Whittle is leading the 5,000 metre race, and she's tucked in just behind Jacqueline Fairchild. Great to see. Fantastic return to form for Laura Whittle at the moment. She's had a few injuries. Back in 2008, she was just outside qualifying for the Olympics. Her personal best dates back to 2008, 15:26, which was just outside the B standard at that time. She's been, as I say, undercurred, a few injury problems, few niggles, but she's back running. Good to see in action. She had second place finish to Lisa Dobrisky at the Loughborough International, and at the moment she's looking to take victory in this evening's women's 5,000 metre race. Kate Avery and Amelia Greca are both chasing hard to get on the back of that group. I can see Beth Potter and Lily Partridge, those two under 23 athletes, they're also in contention, and as we talked about, 16:05 will be their chief target in terms of the European under 23 championships. But the field is completely strung out now. It is difficult to identify those athletes who are going to be running 3,000 metres and those who are going through for 5,000 metres, but we certainly know that Bobby Clay is running 3,000 metres. Her sister Alex Clay, who's also in the race, is running 3,000 metres. But at the moment now, it's Bobby Clay who leads from Laura Whittle. Amelia Greca is now moving up into third. Kate Avery's back on that lead group now. Sonia Samuels, who's going to be going out to the World Championships this year and contesting the marathon, she's working on speed now in preparation for that August marathon. It's good to see her running so well. She's closely followed by Beth Potter, the Shaftesbury Barnet athlete, who is a member of the European under 23 cross-country team.
So she'll get stronger as the race goes on.
But it's Bobby Clay at the moment, and Amelia Greca's moving onto the shoulder of Laura Whittle, and she's looking very good as they're coming through.
So for Bobby Clay, it's 600 metres to go.
600 metres to go for those who are running 3,000 metres, and Bobby Clay is well inside that 9:35 target. So as we pointed out, she's going to have the choice between the World Youth and the European Junior Championships. Which one she'll contest is going to be up to her and the coaches and the British selectors, but she's doing her part in terms of getting that qualifying time out of the way. But the race for the 5,000 metres is certainly heating up now. It's Laura Whittle, Amelia Greca, Kate Avery. I'm just trying to identify 372 is Sarah Moller, the Danish athlete. And also right on the back of that group is 363. No, sorry, 38. No, that's not Brownwin Owen. That's definitely not. I can't make out quite because the number's slightly folded. But the 3,000 metre athletes have hit the bell. Alex Clay goes through the bell. She could still run inside that European Junior 3,000 metre qualifying time. Bobby Clay's certainly going to smash through it. And she's dragging, Bobby Clay is dragging Amelia Greca, Laura Whittle, Kate Avery. She's really pulling them along now.
A group of 6 and a group of 5.
So Bobby Clay and Amelia Greca, teammates on the cross-country over the winter, and Bobby Clay doing herself plenty of favours, but certainly helping these 5,000 metre girls out because she's very exceptional young talent and she's pulling away slightly. So those 5,000 metre girls have got to be keen not to get too carried away because they're still going to have another 2,000 metres to run after this. But all of that leading group are running inside 16 minutes. Bobby Clay moves out into the lane 3. She's bringing home a very strong finish. She's certainly going to be under 9:30, so she's going to have ticked the box in terms of the qualifying time. Brownwin Owen as well, she's going to be also inside it. Bobby Clay is going to stop the clock around about 9:24. Hopefully the clock still keeps going. Brownwin Owen is definitely also going to be joining her in double World Youth and European Junior qualifying time. But the 5,000 metre race is now on. 9:35 has passed, so any of the 3K runners will be outside that British qualifying time. I did say Alex Clay, but it looks as though Alex Clay is going for the full 5,000 metres, so 16:50 is her target time, and she looks to be well within that at the moment. We focus back at the front, and it's the long, powerful stride of Amelia Greco who's really pulling it on, but Laura Whittle looks fantastic in second. She's pulling her along. It's really stretching them out now. There's a slight gap back now to Kate Avery, and in that second chasing group, I can still see Sonia Samuels. I can't quite make out who the other athletes. Beth Potter's going to be detached. Lily Partridge is going to be detached. So that pursuit of 16:05 for those two is going to be a lonely one over these closing few stages. But as we come in now, we're just over a mile to go. It's Amelia Greco, the under-20 athlete, leading the way from Laura Whittle. Kate Avery's in there as well. Sarah Muller of Denmark is still going well. 3:65. Sonia Samuels now moving in. Alison Dixon, also winner of the Brighton Marathon, just outside a World Championship qualifying. Disappointed that she didn't quite do that, but is now focused on track. The self-coached athlete, she's having a fantastic battle there with Sonia Samuels. But Goretzka is still leading out there, out in front. Laura, she can't shake off Laura Whittle though. She can't shake off Laura Whittle. And the Polish athlete Nora Koska it is who's out in third. Kate Avery's in fourth, and Moller it is in fifth.
We've gone through there in 11:17. So that's 15:40 pace.
So we are currently running around about 15:40 pace, and it seems as though Amelia Greco is getting quicker and quicker. As we pointed out, this will be a fantastic return to form for Laura Whittle, who's running exceptionally well. The Royal Sutton Coldfield athlete, former European under-23 champion herself. But Greco piling on the pressure, looking to crack Whittle in seconds. No doubt, whatever time, I think if she definitely goes inside 15:40, that would be a European lead, which she'd want going into those championships as favourites. Kate Avery looks well within grasp of going for that. She's also, I think she potentially already has the 10,000 metre qualifier for the European under-23, but she'll be looking to add the 5,000 metres to that.
And Majewska, the Polish athlete. Then it's Beth Potter, Jasper Barnett.
And I can see Alex Clay still running exceptionally well. She's got to run 16:50 to be in with a chance to go to the European Junior Championships. And she goes through in 12:28. So with 3 laps to go, it potentially is still on for her there.
Gone through the 4K there.
4K has passed now around about 12:35 for Goretzka, and it looks as though Whittle is dropping off slightly. And Naraskoska, the Polish athlete, is going to be battling it out with Goretzka herself of Polish heritage. So it's going to be an interesting battle there between the two athletes. But Laura Whittle's not giving up on it. She's looking to try and stay intact with those two. Just over half a mile to go.
So as we come up with 800 metres to go, and now is it down?
So it's Amelia Goretzka who leads, from Naraskoska, from Laura Whittle, from Kate Avery, from Sarah Moller of Denmark.
Kate Avery as well, still going for that number 23 qualifying time.
Sonia Samuels comes through with Alison Dixon just slightly dropping off. I've got 3:65, but unfortunately that's not on my start sheet, so I don't want to call. Unfortunately, I understand it's one of the Polish athletes who's just ahead of Sonia Samuels. Sonia Samuels, who has a personal best herself of 15:44. But Goretzka is just so determined here. She's piling it on. She won't relinquish the lead. She's really forcing it on. 600 metres to go. She goes through 13:49. So as we pointed out, around about 15:40 is still going to be in contention, which if we figure from how Amelia started the season last year, she was outside 16 minutes for the 5,000 and ended up getting down to 15:34. So she can get a 15:40 opening this season. It just bodes, who knows what can be left, and she's potentially going to have lapped athletes now to chase. But Laura Whittle also, she's not giving up the chase. She's working hard. It looks as though Moller, the Danish athlete, is pulling away from Kate Avery. But now actually Naraskoska has gone 14:25 at the bell. But Goretzka's not going to give up this lead. Nora Koska's been cheered on by a coach who seems to be determined to run the whole of the last lap liver. He's going to have to go some if he wants to keep up with those two. Amelia Goretzka is really piling on the pressure now. She's actually getting a little bit of a gap. Her coach is literally right by the side of her yelling. Laura Whittle is still running awfully strong. Moller, the Danish athlete's kicking on. Kate Avery looks good for a sub-16 clocking and a European under-23 qualifying time. But Amelia Goretzka has responded to the pressure that was put under by Nora Koska, and she's running away with this race. Around about 15 minutes and 200 metres to go. Alex Clay, she's looking out for that European junior time. She goes through the bell in 15:14. 16:50 is what she needs, so she's definitely going to be in with a shout for that. But it's all about Amelia Goretzka. What a talent. Bronze medal at the World Junior Championships. No doubt going to top the European junior rankings. She's going to go into that championship to essentially favour. Laura Whittle's closing very hard. Just going to be outside a personal best for Goretzka. 15:36. Wow. Whittle under 15:40 as well. Moller's going to be inside 15:50. Kate Avery's going to be inside 15:50. So that's a European under-23 time. The Danish athlete coming through now. Sonia Samuels is going to be under 16 minutes. Alison Dixon just holding on to go under 16 minutes. The just missed it. It's a set for 73. No, sorry. Beth Potter's going to be outside, unfortunately, that European under-23 time. She's going to be at 16:10. Lily Partridge, 16:12. Girls are still coming through. Fantastic running. So the next major checkpoint is going to be Alex Clay. She needed to run 16:50, and she's got 50 metres to go. She's going to be well inside the European junior time. Around about 16:30, so that's both the Clay sisters booking major championship qualifying times there. Fantastic running, run over and greeted by her sister Bobby, wraps her arm around her to deplore her sister's efforts there.
Rebecca Westley, a great time as well now, well inside that European qualifying.
And we understand that Rebecca Westley, sorry I missed her there, that she's also gone inside the European junior qualifying time. So they'll be looking to join Goretzka. But on this form, Amelia Goretzka, 15:36, full of running, looking absolutely fantastic. She's going to be the girl to beat Henriette, and maybe potentially, who knows, don't want to put too